like what Mali has said they are not going to do again with France, if they were true, then you will be asking, did France really grant these countries full independence? You'll be asking that question. Now, and I say if they were true, they are told about democracy. And we all beat up. Government of the people, by the people, for the people. Which people? And what does democracy deliver?
According to the president, the former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, the West told us that democracy is the best form of government and is a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And he said, who are the people? Hello, welcome to LA TV. So, who are actually the people? If the people or the democracy is for the people, by the people, and for the people, then who are the people? Do the cry of the people actually matters when it comes to Nigerian politics? Do the cry of Nigerians really matter when it comes to, policies and the kind of governance that we have in Nigeria? In reaction to most of the issues surrounding Nigeria as of today, as well as the coup that has ravaged West Africa, especially the Francophone country recently, I believe that coup is knocking at the door.
Some of the things that have come out, I don't know. In these former French colonial countries, if some of the things that have come out, like what Mali has said they are not going to do again with France, if they were true, then you will be asking, did France really grant these countries full independence? You'll be asking that question. Now, and I say if they were true, that's number one. Number two, we are told about democracy. And we all beat up. Government of the people, by the people, for the people. Which people? And what does democracy deliver? On one occasion, I got about a dozen or so of boys and girls who have made attempts to go across the Sahara and across the Mediterranean. When they told the story, and I listened to them, I wept. Yes, I love democracy. Having suffered from the hand of Abacha, I will not want a military rule. Yes, but if it has to come, what can I do? I just say, okay. But the point is this: do we have conditions that encourages, the conditions that encourage the type of things that are happening? Because if we don't have the conditions that encourage them, they may not happen. That doesn't mean that it should be encouraged. What it means is that we should make sure that we do everything to prevent coups from happening. Things that happen in many countries, and I will not exclude Nigeria. Then you wonder. And don't forget, particularly the youth, they support most of these coups. The one in Gabon, the coup leader was being carried on the head and by the youth, not by old wretched men and women like me, by the youth. So the youth are looking for liberators. They are looking for liberators. And we must bear that in mind. Why do we have to allow the youth to start looking for liberators beyond the government of the day? Why? And if you have been in government for 40 years and you are not tired, maybe you need to retire.
Now, you can see that His Excellency, the former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, is trying as much as possible, to rewrite the wrong. That during his time as a president and also a military ruler, he was not that best person that, most of the things he's talking about now, he's not that person that he is now, because that time he was in power, and the knowledge that he has now cannot be compelled to that which he had as of that time. Now, the thing is this: if the coup is knocking at the door of Nigeria, according to him, he said they did everything possible to make sure coup never returned back to Africa, Nigeria to be precise. But then, how can you say that now because of the wave of coup after coup in West Africa, especially the Francophone country, looking at the demand from Mali, the demand from Niger, the demands from some of those Francophone countries? You will realize that those countries were not actually liberated. They were not actually independent. They were actually depending on France. Most of their resources were taken away to France, and they take peanut at the end of the day. But the question now is this: will this independence now come at this time? Will Africa now, receive her full independence with a wave of military coup that is ravaging Africa? Will the military coup bring independence to Africa? That is the question that, many people will find it very difficult to answer, because if you ask those countries that have already had military coup, what is the development level of those countries as of today? If we say that they are doing better, how long are they going to be in power? How long are they going to be able to transform the country, their constitutions and all of that, to make the life of the people better? So this is what is going on in Nigeria and Africa. What do you think about this? Share your thoughts. Do you believe in what Olusegun Obasanjo said concerning Nigeria and the current high level of poverty in the country?
We will not allow coup after coup West Africa separation.